Welcome back, crew. It's July, and we've got a brand new game of the month. And shout out to our Patreons. They picked this one for us to dive into. And sorry it's a bit late, but we are getting into the Mork Borg system by Occult Games in partnership with one of my favorite publishers, Freely Gaming. And we're going to be diving into it through the whole month, going over our first impressions today, how to build a PC utilizing the system, core rules of Mork Borg, so you can kind of bring it to the table and feel confident running or playing it, whichever slot in the table you're sitting in, and wrapping it up with a live actual play of the Mork Borg system, July 24th at 7 p.m. ET. There'll be a link down there. Make sure to click notify me to get to see the system played out, get to see how the rule set interacts, see some crazy adventuring, and get a chance to win a free PDF copy. We'll be raffling it off for one lucky viewer. So make sure to come through and get your chance to do that. And if that wasn't enough, I'm actually going to be sitting in the player's seat for this one. One of my favorite people to game with, Moth, will be GMing this session. I've played one time of Morkborg and I played at their table, and I'm excited to see what type of story they bring. So I included their start playing link below. Definitely go check that out. And if you like them at this table, definitely go see if you can bring them back to your table too. So check that out. They've got a fun story in store for us, and looking forward to kind of putting my player hat on. So definitely check it out on that side. Yeah, let's dive into our first impressions, or I should say, second impressions of Mork Borg. I played it once before. I didn't do a heavy dive into the rule set, so I'm looking forward to really kind of get to look at more of what Mork Borg offers throughout this month. But the biggest thing for first impressions, I'll say, I'm gonna start off with probably a huge rose on this side. The art is crazy good. It's definitely kind of got that dark metal fantasy vibe. If you love that, you're gonna love the art inside here. It's definitely one of the books I'll say most out of my collection is kind of a work of art because every page has some type of cool, crazy art on it, and it just really kind of it hits the vibe it's going for. Probably the best way to say it. So definitely, it's one that's fun to just flip through without even reading anything and just kind of checking out what each page has to offer. Uh, and just kind of see kind of what the art is bringing to the table on that side. So amazing job on that side. One piece I will say that comes as a little bit of a thorn, at least in my book, with the art, because it is crazy good. It is every page. And at least for me, it can sometimes be a little difficult to kind of pull out the rules and the mechanics from the art. It's something that I found myself having to like kind of really pay more attention than I usually do. But definitely small thorn made up completely by how good the art is and kind of how much care has went into this. And um, I haven't looked at too much of a Colts backlog, but I know they're partnered with Freely Gaming to distribute this one. And as I said, Freely is one of my favorite publishers. They always come through with quality, always well-made books. And this one definitely lives up and surpasses some of that a little bit too. So great job on that aspect. But overall, Mork Borg's an OSR style game, so it's got that old school feel. Definitely, it's set in a post-apocalyptic setting, so it really does have that life is cheap on that one. Where depending on the adventure you go through, you may go through a few characters, but it's a fun vibe to it. And one of the nice things with it too is a D20 system. It's got that old school feel, very easy to pick up and learn. This one is D20 plus attribute, going up against the different difficulty ratings. And we're going to take a deeper dive in that in our mechanics video. But one of the nice pieces with it is it's very easy to pick up and learn. It's one that you could go through, especially somebody that's played tabletop RPGs before. You could set it in front of them, give them a quick spiel, have them make a character, all within 15 minutes, and dive right into an adventure. I've talked a lot about OSRs before, but it's one of my favorite things, those systems, because you can if somebody cancels with your usual campaign and you don't want to go on the adventure, or if you've got friends together and just want to play something quick without them having to spend hours building characters, perfect for that. You can go through, roll up your character, get into the story, and start having some fun. So, major shout out from Work Borg on that side. Uh, Other big pieces I'll say with this one too is it's just like it's a pretty it hits the like really hits what it's going for. Like between the lore, which has this real postal apocalyptic feel to it. We'll be doing a little bit of a deeper lore dive and some of the other videos as we go through, especially as we prep for the actual play. But it just really kind of between the art, the rule set, the just lore, it just really all hits the the vibe and the place it was going for with its creation. Like, this is one of like the books I'll say overall. It'd be cool to have like as a coffee table for lack of a better way to put it, because it's one that's a cool conversation starter. It's one that you could just like pack and bring with you if you're going to a con or something like that, because you can have people play and kind of dive in right away and without too much confusion. And then one of the other big things I want to shout out occult games in particular for is how open they are with the source. Like, there's so many different Borg inspired games out there. Like, I've got Mork Borg, Cyborg, and Pirate Borg, but I know there's a ton of others that I haven't even seen yet. It's one of those rule systems that they open sourced it, made it kind of accessible to kind of bring the kind of like the vibe that they're bringing out with this, and kind of take it as a creator and make it your own and bring something out with it. I actually got to see her, the Pirate Board guy, speak at Gen Con last year. So it's just really how amazing, how open, and kind of how much the community's latched onto that openness, and kind of brought out some amazing titles with it. Throughout this month, I may dive into some of the other books I own too. I haven't had a chance to play Cyborg yet. I did play a game of Pirate Borg and fun. And each of them has like some different type of rule sets and different kind of add-ons to it, just to really kind of hit the theme of the vibe they're going for too. So it's just I always love when creators make their stuff available for the community, and just not even just make it available, encourage the community to kind of go out and build more with it. And I think the Mork Borg people have probably done one of the best jobs in that for the tabletop industry. Because if I did a Borg search, I know there's like probably at least a dozen of them now, if not more, outside of the ones we've already talked about. Yeah, but overall, I'm pretty hyped to be diving in this one, getting back on our regular schedule too. So keep an eye out. This Wednesday, we'll be diving into our character build, showing. We'll be probably roll it live or roll it during the recording too, so you get to see the whole process play out. So stay tuned for that, and stay tuned throughout July as we really dive into the system. And definitely mark notify me for our live actual play on the 24th. You get to see it played out and your chance to win a free PDF copy of the rulebook. Other big things too. We are still going to do a Dragon Age actual play. So keep it out sometime in July. We've got to get that scheduled and got to get the players on board. But that is still coming soon. But overall, happy to be back. Definitely like, subscribe, and shout out some of your favorite things from Mork Borg. And even shout out if you know a cool Borg I didn't mention, shout it out too. I know there's a ton of them, and I do want to kind of give more a little more visibility for the Mork or the Borg community, we'll say. So definitely shout those out too. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, and till next time.